Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence, bringing you another Nintendo NX video as we head towards the Nintendo NX not being at A3. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So Nintendo has been doing a lot of questionable things, or at least they made a lot of questionable announcements with this whole thing. Nintendo NX not going to be at E3. The NX is going to be released in March worldwide. There's so many things, and as I started thinking about it, I was like, Nintendo, they're not a stupid company, even though many people are calling them that. They're not a stupid company, so is there a method to their madness? And I was looking through some of the announcements, and I was thinking through all the different possibilities and scenarios why Nintendo would do something, what they're planning, what they could do, and this is kind of what I thought up with. And of course, I'm going to post to you guys a question at the end of this that really just asks, like, what do you think happened on one of them? Let's first talk about the Zelda Wii U delay, because I think this is a big part in this whole thing with Nintendo NX. Is Zelda Wii U the key to the Nintendo NX's delay, as far as Nintendo NX coming out in March instead of the fall when you'd expect and you can get holiday sales? Did Zelda Wii U or Zelda NX, did those games actually need more time to be polished, or was the NX not ready, therefore those games were delayed to it? That's an interesting question that I'll pose to you guys, and you can answer that in the comment section below as far as how you feel, but I'll get back to that in just a second. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing here. Third-party games and network features. This is something that I was thinking about a lot, because Nintendo is going to be very keen on not trying to repeat the mistakes of the Wii U. And the problems with the Wii U is that there was not enough games at launch, there was not enough third-party games at launch, and the network features were bogged down. So let's talk about this. It launched, as far as the Wii U goes, with many old ports and severely lacking network features. And actually the network, as far as what Nintendo was running on, it needed to be patched in on day one because it still wasn't ready. With the Nintendo NX being pushed to March, that could give developers more time to get their games out on the system. It can also bolster Nintendo's launch lineup, plus ensuring that third-party developers have ample time to make sure that their games are up to snuff with the competition's games. So that was the big thing with the Nintendo Wii U, is that while it did have some third-party games at launch, those third-party games were severely lacking in the frame rate department and sometimes in the graphics department. With this push to March, we could see that the games are more on par, if not better, on the Nintendo NX. And another thing is that the online network. So this is going to be very key. This is going to be very key, because if this network isn't good, if this network comes up and there's a big patch and you can't access it and there's issues like the Wii U had issues, they are going to be in trouble, especially not in at launch, because you're going to have the Nintendo fans for the most part rush out and buy it. It's going to be shortly afterwards if they don't have the network set down, or people are going to start complaining. If it's the same crap show that was when the Wii U launched, and people were like, oh, look at this crap system, it's a slow OS, you have to patch in everything, it's taking forever, that's going to be very bad for Nintendo. It's going to be very bad for Nintendo. So I think this delay to March can also give Nintendo more time to make sure that network is solid and set, because honestly, they're going to have to go from pretty crappy internet to pretty good. They're going to have to make these adjustments. Online features and the system OS is going to be one of the vital points of the Nintendo NX surviving in this market, in today's market, with smartphones, with the PS4, with the Xbox One, with PC, that all offer all of these amazing features. The Nintendo NX better be up to par. It can't be below a Xbox 360, it can't be below a PS3, it better be near the competition, or they're going to run into trouble, especially with Steam boxes and with all the competition out there. Nintendo has to make sure that their online is up to snuff, and this delay or this March release could give them that extra time the Wii U didn't have. I think OS speed is also an issue too. That was one thing Nintendo did not have time to fix, and it took them so long. That can also be the silent killer of the Wii U. People saw how slow and clunky it is compared to the competition. Even with the PS3 and Xbox 360, the Wii U OS was slower at times. That was not good for a system coming out 8 years or so after the competition. So Nintendo needs to make sure that that OS is solid and set, and a March release could do that. So let's get into the next thing here, and that is Nintendo basically skipping E3 with the Nintendo NX. I still think this is a bad decision here as far as bringing multiple games. Remember, the only game that's going to be playable, only Wii U game playable at E3 is The Legend of Zelda Wii U. The Wii U version, not the NX version. The NX will not be talked about at E3, will not be at E3. I do think that's a little bit of a mistake, but why do you think Nintendo did this? What I feel is that they are obviously trying to skip the mass amounts of hype and spectacle that is E3, especially after E3 2015. E3 2015, the Wii U was pretty much already in a bad position, but people were expecting Nintendo to do different things just because, one, Nintendo hyped up their own show. Nintendo had, oh, we have this Treehouse, which was amazing last year in 2014. We have the World Championships. We have all this stuff. Like, our E3 is going to be great. And while the Treehouse was okay afterwards, that was cool talking to them, the game lineup was not very good, and the E3 presentation was horrible. They talked about Amiibo for like 20 minutes. They had nothing new. They talked about Mario Maker. They talked about games that we had already known for years. There was no Zelda. So that's the thing, guys. The thing about this is that Nintendo was trying to skip the hype of the E3 that basically got them slaughtered afterwards when everyone said Nintendo is dead. Nintendo is dead after E3 2015 from their show. Now, whether we're right or wrong, Nintendo might not think that they deserve to be bashed that bad after that show. And I think by them just saying, you know what, F E3, we're not going to go through that, especially with our new system. They don't want to risk it, especially if a certain game or games are not ready, then people say the same thing, oh, well, the Nintendo NX has nothing. So for them, I think that they're thinking that it's not worth it to show the Nintendo NX at that point, especially if there's certain games that aren't ready to be shown, and they can do it at a later date and make the system look better. Nintendo is probably thinking, why even go through that? Why even potentially have the chance of this console being misconstrued again, like the Wii U was at E3 when they did announce the Wii U and show it off and all of that at literally 2 E3s, and they got bashed both years. They can surprise consumers and deliver their own Nintendo Direct for that. So rounding out this whole analysis that I did, what do you guys think? Was the NX actually pushed to March because Zelda wasn't ready in November? Or was Zelda delayed to March because the NX wouldn't be ready till then? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Whose fault is it? Is it Zelda's fault or is it the NX's fault? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Alright, that basically wraps it up for this video here. Make sure you hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks, and everything on the Nintendo NX. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.